Welcome to Laptop Dojo, where the strikes come from the fists, not from copyright bots. I'm Shifu Payne, and today we're going to be going over proper striking form. It's crucial to develop striking form in order to properly develop power and speed. Before that, however, I need to go back to our previous lesson where we looked at the foundational stances, as I need to retroactively add something in.
Looking again at cat stance, I failed to mention that in order to properly distribute weight, it's best to have the feet spaced in an L shape, with the back foot pointing to the side while the front foot points forward. Why this matters so much aside from weight distribution is that it causes the body to point to the side also, not having the torso be as much of a target and protecting those areas.
I showed this but forgot to explicitly point it out. As a mentor, it's my responsibility to give you all the necessary information. In the future, I'll try to make certain that this sort of thing does not happen again. With that, let's get to striking form. When throwing a punch, what matters most is your footing. Sure, you hit with your arm, but without a strong foundation, you'll be more likely to throw yourself off rather than knock down your opponent.
Looking back at cat stance was actually a great reference point, because to evenly distribute your weight, holding your feet in that L shape is essential. You'll also need to brace your knees by bending them slightly for the impact of the connection. Moving up the body, the power in punches comes from the hips. The motion of turning the hips generates power more so than the straightening of the arm, as it puts more of your body into the motion. In Chinese martial arts, in fact, the placement of the whole body in the motion of the strike is known as soft power, where technique and engagement with the whole body matters more than the distance to generate power. This is the philosophy behind Bruce Lee's one-inch punch, utilizing the whole body to generate power rather than distance. Also remember to keep your wrist straight to not injure the arm when connecting with the target. The final point to consider is following through. When striking in any technique, the act of striking through the target rather than stopping at the target causes the impact to be greater, as the power generated can embed into the target more so than bringing the limb back to the starting position.
To recap so far, the most essential points are placement of the feet, bending the knees, turning the hips, keep your wrist straight, and follow through.
Everybody got that?
Now we'll go through some exercises to try and develop our striking technique. These exercises are not applicable to sparring. They are meant to be used in order to develop proper technique and form and development of muscle memory.
For this first exercise, we're going to start back in our horse stance. I trust you've all been practicing. Having the fist at either side, bring your right fist forward into a punch, remembering to turn the hips at the same time as straightening the arm. Now we're going to switch to the left fist, again turning the hips at the same time as striking. This gets you used to the motion of turning the hips when striking with a fist. The next exercise is a variation of the previous one, except instead of striking with a fist, we're instead striking with an open palm. Again in horse stance, strike with the right palm and turn the hips. Now reverse with the left palm and again turn the hips. For today's next exercise, we're going to strike with both hands simultaneously. Still in horse stance, we're going to push both palms forward. In terms of generating power from the body, instead of using the hips, we're going to be using the entire torso. When pushing the palms, we're going to push momentum out via the chest, slightly bending the chest forwards. Today's final exercise is used to build up speed in the arms while still maintaining proper form. This time we're going to be in that L-shaped footing, with both arms guarding the chin and the dominant arm behind. This is what in boxing is called an orthodox stance. Bringing the back fist into the first strike, as we arch it back, we're going to bring the second fist forwards. As you can see, I'm bringing the first arm down as I return it to the chamber. When I bring the first arm forwards again, I'm arching the second arm down also, creating a circular motion between the two. We're going to start this exercise off slowly, getting used to the circular motion and still remembering to turn the hips. Now we're going to pick up the pace.
This concludes this week's video looking at striking form. Next week we're going to start looking at some kicking techniques. In the meantime, I have a piece of homework for you. I want you to practice that last exercise, trying to develop your own individual speed and power. And remember, I'm always available in the comments or in direct message if you have any questions or any queries about your own individual progress. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a new one of these videos. With that, I thank you all for watching, and until next time, peace be with you.